Morning guys, today is Monday, July 27th, and even though I lost my first trade, I passed 4 of my Tradeify accounts today. So let me show you what happened today. And just like always, I use 3 things to trade: New York VWAP, overnight VWAP, and my amazing fib that shows 25, 50, and 75. I also flip back and forth to see the correlation between ES and NQ. So right now you see ES taking off, blasting, and you see NQ following up. So they're both moving up, and I'm considering taking a buy. And because on NQ price is already above my 75 line, I'm waiting for a pullback. And once the pullback hits my line, I do a market buy. Okay, then I move it to 1-1. Now the mistake I made today was being greedy on this trade. As it keeps stalling and it starts displacing back up, I decided to add in, and that was one of the biggest mistakes I could have done today. But it is what it is. I didn't let the trade get me emotional, and as I said, this is my first losing trade, so you're gonna see how I lose. So price is about to, it looks like it's about to go, and then it starts breaking down, and ES is stalling. And then once I see a displacement going down towards my stop loss, you know, a lot of things are going down into my head. I'm thinking about closing early, I'm thinking about dragging my stop, I'm thinking about why did I add in. All these things just start piling up, and you have to remain calm, and that's exactly what I did. As it starts displacing down right here, as you see, I don't move my stop. I accepted the risk. It says minus 500, and that's what it is. And I get stopped out right about here. All right. See, and you see ES start moving down. I'm calm. I'm not revenge trading. I'm not getting back in right away. I'm not, increasing my contracts. I'm just waiting for the next move. So I see NQ break back below, but ES still hasn't. See, ES is still above. So I'm staying on my hands. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. And if you look, ES looks like it's starting to drop. I take a sell on the last quadrant. I call these quadrant like the lower part of my fib, and my 1-1 obviously. And you see how ES is finally dropping with NQ. It gives me a lot of confidence in this trade. So I started this trade with 1 con. I added in when I see ES also falling with NQ. I added a 3rd one. But the first trade, as you saw, I entered with 6 cons total, and now it's only 3. So I'm trying to slowly win my P&L back while keeping psychology intact. That's what I'm doing here. So this one is a winner. It stalls a little bit, but eventually moves down, and you could see how I managed the trade. ES starts displacing, and you see NQ just drops. It's funny when I flip the chart. Once I see ES move down really fast, NQ just moves down really fast. I noticed that a lot through my years of trading. So that's the second trade. Now the third trade, you see this blue dotted line? What it is ES's yesterday's high, and you can tell that we broke below it, and I'm expecting when ES retests that line, that dotted line, it's going to reject back down as a trend following trader. It's like a breakout pullback pattern kind of trade. And because I'm expecting ES to reject it and go down, I'm expecting NQ to go down when ES goes down. That's why I take a sell here at the 25 lower part of my fib. and I target a 1-1. And this one was really fast. It just drops to my take profit area. I'm skipping ahead here just to save some time, but at this point I realized that today it's just a downtrend day. You know, NQ and ES are both in sync, just dropping together. So right here, I'm gonna zoom in, but I take a FEG trade. If you guys know what that is, it's like a gap between 3 candles. And I take a short right here, and I'm supposed to target a 1-1, but I also realized that for NQ, it's dropping towards yesterday's low and there's some room, so I'm deciding where I should TP. I usually TP a little before the target because it's easier to hit, easier on the mind, and we have quite a bit of room, so I'm just watching the market drop. But I believe I closed this trade early because I saw ES blasting up, and it freaked me out. And you're gonna see it when I flip the screen, and ES has this giant green bar and it looks like it's moving up, and I'm just afraid that when ES moves up, NQ is gonna move up with it and resulting in a loss. So I believe right here, because it's stalling, I check on ES, I see one giant green bar. That's not scary yet because it just looks like ES is also stalling. But right here when I flip the screen, yeah, you see that? Boom, I close it. For my last trade, I took this on a sweep. So I have the target in mind that NQ wants to go, which is yesterday's low. And in my mind, if I want to take a short, I want the market to go up and take out those initial early shorters, and then I get in. And look how fast it drops to my take profit. And yeah, this is my last trade that gets me into the green and helps me pass all my accounts. These are my results for the day, and as you can see, I passed 4 Tradeify accounts, and I have one that is really close to passing, and hopefully I'll pass it tomorrow. Thank you for watching.